cruise control. How does that work on a Softail? I'll tell you about it inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video I'm talking about the cruise control on your Sport Glide, on your Softail, but this may apply to all the other Harleys as well. If you look into the owner's manual, it gives you a full rundown of how the cruise control works. It's on page 92, and it's quite self-explanatory, and it works really well. In fact, I use it quite a lot if I'm on the motorways, on long distance endurance riding. I use it quite a lot. And basically, the cruise control button is here, is on the left hand switch gear right at the bottom, and what you do, as you're riding along, you press it in once to engage it, and you'll get an amber light here on the instrument module. And then once you've reached your appropriate speed, whichever it is, then you just flick it down, and that will set it, and then that amber light will turn to green. You can actually go up, speed up a little bit by incrementally pushing up the button here by 1 mile an hour, 2 miles an hour. If you press up and hold it, you will actually increase the speed until the desired speed, and then just let go and it'll reset it. If you knock it down, press the button down, but just by tapping it, you'll come down in the speed by 1 mile an hour. If you press and hold it down, then you'll decrease your speed to a certain point. Now, what you might find is when you're in cruise control that your speedometer here, needle, may actually be hunting a little bit. It might fluctuate a little bit. And one of the reasons is that it's actually all the sensors on the bike for the cruise control engagement and disengagement are going back to the ECM, and then obviously that's working with the bike speed, your VSS, your vehicle speed sensor, and also to maintain a speed what it's been told to save as well, or what it's been set to. So therefore you might have a little bit of fluctuation as it's trying to maintain that speed, and that's quite normal. Okay, so the cruise control works between 25 and 90 miles an hour, or 40 to 145 kilometers an hour. Now, there are various ways to disengage the cruise control. You can either just press the button in as you're riding, and that will disengage it. You can pull in the clutch, that will disengage it. You can pull on the front brake, that will disengage it. You can tap the rear brake, that will disengage it. You can roll off the throttle a little bit, that will disengage it. Or you can increase your throttle to greater than 10 miles an hour above what it was set, and that will disengage it as well. Okay, just something to consider here. If you've disengaged your cruise control and your running speed is 15 miles per hour less than what it was originally set to on the cruise control, if you try to re-engage your cruise control, it will not regain that original setting. Essentially, you're going to have to reset it again. Okay, so one further thing that you can do on your Softail, on your Sport Glide, or whatever Softail it is, before you go on a long trip, for example, and you want to test whether your cruise control is working properly. Well, this is not in the owner's manual, but there is a test, and you can test all the different components to see if they're working. And I'll show you how you do that now. Okay, so to test your cruise control on the Softail, what you need to do is turn on the run switch on the right hand switch gear here. And then the instrument module will go through its standard startup process. Okay, so the next thing to do is actually put on the cruise control button here, or turn it on, and you'll see actually on the instrument cluster you've got the amber light there. Right, so the next thing you need to do is press or press down and hold as if you were engaging the cruise control button, and at the same time then turn off the run switch. So press this down first, hold it, then turn off the run switch. Then what you need to do, whilst keeping the cruise control button held down, you turn on the run switch again. I'll show you how we do that. So amber here, press and hold down the cruise control button, still amber there. Run switch goes on, off rather, then back on, and you can see the cruise control button is on green. Now, what you can do, you can let go of the cruise control, that will go to amber, and then you can test it here by the front brake, pull in the front brake, and you'll see if that changes color to green. So pull in the front brake, yep, that's gone to green, back to amber. With your foot brake here, press that down, and that's gone to green. Pull in the clutch, and then that's gone to green as well. Roll off the throttle, and then that's gone to green as well. Basically what you're doing is testing all the different components of the engagement and disengagement process of the cruise control. That's working fine. So then all you need to do then is disengage it like that, nothing on here, and then you just turn off your run switch and done. Right, so there you go, that's your cruise control on the Softail, on the Sport Glide, but all the Softails will be exactly the same. You can go through this diagnostic process, but you know, it can be a bit fiddly, the cruise control. You may find it hunting a little bit speed, but that's perfectly normal. And now obviously it really depends how much it's hunting. Very slight fluctuations, absolutely fine, but obviously if it's losing its speed and gaining its speed by itself, then obviously there's a big issue there, so you need to get that checked out. But in terms of the operation, it's either the clutch, front brake, the throttle, and the rear brake, which will disengage it. You can actually manipulate all your speeds and resetting all by your set switch here, and then you can go through a full diagnostic just before you go on a big ride, let's say for example, or if you want to do a periodic check. But there you go, hope you found that useful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, check out the website RevelatorAlf.com, and I'll catch you on the next video coming very, very soon. Ta-da now.
RevelatorAlf.